Stations, this is your countdown until airtime on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Coming up will be your 4-minute mark. Stand by for your 4-minute mark. Coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. 4 minutes until airtime on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Stations, this is your countdown until airtime on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Coming up will be your 3-minute mark. Stand by for your 3-minute mark. Coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. 3 minutes until airtime on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Stations, this is your countdown until airtime on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Coming up, it will be the 2-minute mark. Stand by for your 2-minute mark. Coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. 2 minutes until airtime on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Coming up on the 1-minute mark until airtime on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Stand by for your 1-minute mark. Coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. 1 minute till airtime on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Coming up, stations, your countdown until airtime will be your 30-second mark when the network will go silent. Stand by for your final 30-second mark until airtime. Coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. 30 seconds until airtime on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The following is an exclusive presentation of the LSU Sports Radio Network. It's football time in Louisiana. Tonight, the Fighting Tigers begin their home slate by welcoming in the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech under the lights on a Saturday night in real Death Valley. This is LSU Game Day from the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Caught! Touchdown, Fighting Tigers!
LSU Game Day, presented by the original Louisiana hot sauce. That's Louisiana hot. Buy you some. LSU Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Albertsons, Coca-Cola, Cox, Hancock Whitney, Louisiana Blue, McDonald's, and by Our Lady of the Lake Health.
Fires it deep down the field looking for Hilton. Diving catch in the end zone. He's got it! Touchdown, Fighting Tigers!
Hear the roar of LSU Fighting Tiger football. This is the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health. From inside the shadow of legendary Tiger Stadium, here are former Tigers Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite, and your host, Hunt Palmer.
Good afternoon. Happy game day, Tiger fans. This is Fighting Tiger Football. You're listening to the LSU Sports Radio Network. Hey, everybody. I am Hunt Palmer, your host for LSU Game Day, presented by Louisiana Hot Sauce. Tonight, number 3 LSU welcomes in Louisiana Tech from Conference USA. It is once again time for a Saturday night in Death Valley. We've got 90 minutes to get you ready for it. We plan on having a lot of fun along the way. Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite with you from the Bud Light Fan Zone between the ramps of the Pete Maravich Assembly Center, just across the street from historic Tiger Stadium. Over the next 90 minutes, we'll break this game down inside and out, get you the keys to LSU's victory tonight, scores from around the Southeastern Conference and college football in Week 2. President and CEO of TAF, Tiger Athletic Foundation, Matt Borman, is going to stop by, talk name, image, and likeness with us. Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungas are going to stop by. We'll have Kyle Williams, LSU's first-year defensive line coach, in with us for our assistant coach interview of the week. Coach Williams was great when I had a chance to sit down with him on Friday morning, so you'll hear that a little bit later on. His group was awesome last week at Clemson. Matt Bellinson covers Louisiana Tech as the sports editor for the Ruston Leader. He'll be along to preview Sonny Cumbie's squad in just a few moments. If you're on campus, come on by and see us. It's warm, but we're having a lot of fun. There's plenty of cold things to drink around. We're watching some football and getting ready for LSU and Louisiana Tech. If you're not on campus, that's cool too. We're here for 90 minutes until it's time for Boot to Meet football. It's LSU Game Day. It's presented by Louisiana Hot Sauce, and it's right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Everyone has their own favorite way to experience Louisiana. For some, it's the taste of hot beignets with a creamy cafe au lait. For others, it's swaying to the music of brass bands, Zydeco, and all the music in between. It's boating on the bayou, weaving your way through festivals, road tripping in pursuit of the greatest gumbo. Whoever you are, whatever you crave, Louisiana will feed your soul. Go to findyourlouisiana.com to plan your visit today.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit lsumkc.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
LSU Game Day continues. Presented by the original Louisiana Hot Sauce. Louisiana Hot Sauce. Buy you some. Leading you up to kickoff of LSU Fighting Tiger football. Here again are Brandon, Marlon, and Hunt.
LSU Athletics thanks its corporate partners Cox, McDonald's, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Louisiana Blue, Coca-Cola, and Hancock Whitney. And make sure every tasty taste tastes even tastier with the original Louisiana Hot Sauce. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite here. Some things never change. It's really hot for the season opener, but some things do change. LSU's 1-0 for the first time since 2019. We're talking about it for the next 90 minutes and fired up to do so. That's got a nice ring to it, Fave. I like 1-0 a lot better than 0-1.
Ring, ding, dong. Ring, ding, 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 dong. Yes, indeed. Y'all should have saw Hunt in that studio last week, boy. He was excited.
Look, we got a win.
We got one finally. And you know what really electrified us? The way that defense just came out, punched them in the mouth, and, you know, the offense followed suit. So, yeah, we deserved it.
BT, that's like Fave's reading off my notes here. I mean, I know you've got to be appreciative 7 days later just how well that defense played up in Clemson last weekend.
Most definitely. It's been since 2019 we've been talking about how good LSU's offense has been and how we've been running up scores and scoring points, but it's a breath of fresh air to see people actually making a tackle for a loss and not for a gain, or a team getting a bunch of yak yards on you.
And look, that Clemson team had an offensive line, was very veteran, had a quarterback in his third year as a starter, had two dynamic wide receivers, and has a coordinator that's coordinated some really potent offenses in Garrett Riley. That's a good Clemson offense. They could not do anything against LSU last weekend. Unfortunately, LSU had a fumble that Clemson ran down into scoring territory, into the red zone. LSU on that possession didn't even allow Clemson to cross the line of scrimmage. They lost a yard on that possession, but got a field goal. Outside of that, 175-yard touchdown drive where Klubnik got going on with his feet, and they converted 2 fourth downs there. Other than that, LSU put them in a blender and shut them out in the second half. So, Fabe, what was your favorite part about what LSU did defensively last week? You listening to me, or you staring off into space?
I'm smiling right now because you know it's that front. And BT just went on. Anytime you got your DB come on in our group text in a defensive line plays, that has to tell you something. I think it really started with Bernard Gooden just being able to play with violent hands, creating a new line of scrimmage, throwing guys around. And I'll be quite honest, Hunt, B. You look on the other side of the ball, you saw Peter Woods doing some of the same stuff. So for interior linemen, it was good to see those guys. But to see that front seven and come back the way they did, and for us to play man coverage a lot of the time in the game, it spoke a lot, and it brought back that nostalgic feeling of how we played defense when me and B was here.
Look, man is a great point there, Faye, because what LSU's coverage allowed them to do was load the box with numbers and to get creative with blitzes. I talked to West Weeks about that on Wednesday, and he said, look, it just frees us up completely when we don't have to worry about numbers in the back end. LSU was plagued last year by giving up big plays, and I consistently talked about how against Miller Moss and USC, and then the year before that against Jordan Travis at Florida State, those two quarterbacks completed 75% of their throws in those openers, and that was a fear against Cade Klubnik and a really good wide receiver core. He completed 50% of his throws, and he was running for his life because LSU was able to play aggressively and send pressure.
Oh, most definitely. And then the biggest thing is like just the unseen thing. It wasn't a heavy rotation on that defense, but when they did make changes, you didn't notice it at all. Jordan Gilbert started that game off.
Yep.
Didn't practice at the safety position, was practicing that star behind Harold Perkins the whole time, and went out there and played flawless. And it was no letdown whenever we made rotation. When you can do that, you got a squad, bro.
Fave, this is going to make you happy. Clemson just quit trying to run the ball last week. Just quit trying. They had finished the game with 20 carries for 30 yards, but they ran the ball 4 times in the second half. They quit. They did not run the ball in the fourth quarter because LSU just whipped them at the point of attack up front. That's not something we have seen in years from LSU.
Yeah, and we do have to give Clemson its props. This offense is good. They're going to do well in the ACC. LSU is just better up front. And you nailed it. It was the creating a new line of scrimmage, the rotation of guys not being worn down. We watched time after time the Christian Locators, the Gilmores, the Jaqueline Roys. We had the game with Mekhi Wingo. Had 90-something snaps.
Yep.
That day right now is over because we got the rotation, especially the 4 to 5 guys that are going in there, keeping fresh legs. So that's something that's still. You said they had to escape from the run. It wasn't working. Every time they tried to bounce outside, Harold Perkins weak, one of them safeties flying down. Wow. And then interior they try to get it going, and we just shut it down. I have to give props, and I don't want to keep harping back on that game. Both defensive lines played pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
And look, as far as giving the defense its flowers goes, and you can say, well, it's a long season. It is a long season. They got a lot. They can't win a national championship in August. That game was in August. You can't win a national championship in August. We know that. But we also have some perspective around here about what championship football looks like, because we've seen it a lot around here. Not a lot of places can say that. And BT, they hadn't won squat yet, but one game on the road against Clemson. But it just the way that it looked to me, it looked like an elite defense.
Most definitely. You got to think. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
We're starting at the top. Like, you can start at the bottom and try and work your way up and get 1% better each and every week. But when you got a good starting point, it just makes it that much easier as a coach and as a staff and as a team and locker room to come into the next game and the following games with that much confidence based off of the way you played that first game.
When the Tigers win, you win. Enter promo code LSU50 the Monday after an LSU football win to receive 50% off your online pizza order at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, valid at participating locations only. And the original Louisiana hot sauce is good on everything. That includes Papa John's pizza. Even Tigers from Clemson, that's Louisiana hot. Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favre here on a steamy campus at Louisiana State University, but we're fired up to be talking about a number 3 ranked team that is 1-0 on the season. It'll be LSU and Louisiana Tech, and we've got a lot to do over the course of the next 80 minutes or so. So if you're on campus, come hang out with us here in the Bud Light Fan Zone. If not, keep it locked in. Our hot takes coming up next on LSU Game Day, presented by Louisiana Hot Sauce.
Like to travel? People's Health members enjoy peace of mind knowing their health is covered. If you're away from home and need routine medical care, use the United Health Passport benefit from People's Health. You'll pay your usual copay for in-network care. No referrals necessary. And remember, you're always covered for emergency and urgent care worldwide. To learn more, call 1-855-821-2666. Plans are insured through United Healthcare Insurance Company or one of its affiliated companies, a Medicare Advantage organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in the plan depends on the plan's contract renewal with Medicare.
Baton Rouge, you rolled the dice and we hit the jackpot. Thank you for voting for LaBerge Casino and helping us win 11 Best of Baton Rouge medals, including Best Slots, Best Table Games, Best Hotel, Best Steak, Best Sports Bar, Best Live Music Venue, and more. When you're ready for an award-winning night out, get to LaBerge Baton Rouge. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
It's go time. The most sought-after pregame ticket in Baton Rouge can be yours with Revelry, the gold standard of full-service tailgating. Grab your lucky jersey and hat. We'll handle all the rest. Let our winning team take care of your team. Stand right up and roar for more. Tigers that snooze, lose. So reserve your turnkey space for football season while they last. Revelry, the official tailgate partner of LSU Athletics. Visit RevelryTeam.com today. It's go time.
When it's miserable outside, you will be comfortable inside with an energy-efficient Trane air conditioning and heating system found at TraneSouth.com. Trane's a proud partner of LSU Athletics. Trust Trane to lower your utility bills and save you money. It's hard to stop a Trane, but it's easy to afford one. At TraneSouth.com, find rebates, tax credits, special financing, and a reliable Trane dealer, subject to credit approval. Visit TraneSouth.com for details.
Waste Pro is proud to be the official waste and recycling collection services provider to LSU Athletics. We service over 2 million residential and commercial customers in more than 500 towns and municipalities across the South. Waste Pro is proud to work, live, and raise families in the areas we serve. We consider it a privilege to work hand in hand with our customers, partners, and employees to create a better community-first waste and recycling model. Waste Pro is the official waste and recycling collection service provider of LSU Athletics. Visit wasteprousa.com for more information.
Back to LSU Game Day from the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health. Time now for the original Louisiana hot sauce hot take of the game as kickoff nears for LSU Fighting Tiger football.
We're here in the Bud Light Fan Zone. Time for our hot take of the game. I'll start it off this week, boys. This is a notorious spot for elite college football programs that have what they call a letdown spot, a hangover game. You go play in the primetime game in all of college football last week. You come back, play a non-conference game against a team from a group of 5 or an FCS. And we saw last year LSU struggle with nickels. It was a 2-point game in the third quarter because LSU just wasn't ready to go. Here's the hot take. That ain't happening tonight. I talked to this team on Wednesday. These guys are old. They're very, very mature. You don't have freshmen and sophomores playing a ton. DJ Pickett plays a little bit. You might see some of Harlan Berry, but the vast majority of LSU's starters are 3rd, 4th, 5th-year players on this team. They know they didn't win any championships last weekend. They know that they've got bigger goals than just beating Clemson, and I think LSU is going to come out tonight with its hair on fire and play a great football game. I don't expect this to be competitive for long at all because there's no hangover coming tonight. This is a team that's ready to play, and I think they're going to put on a show tonight inside Tiger Stadium. So that is my hot take. Babe, you got one for me?
Yeah, I got a hot take. I thought the wide receiving crew was rolling last week. We saw a lot of guys touching the ball from Brown. Aaron Anderson had one heck of a game. But I want to call up another Anderson, right? Nick Anderson. We didn't see much of him last week. I think we do see him score a touchdown or two. I went back. I watched some of his Oklahoma film from last year. Dude scored like 9 touchdowns. So
10. Oklahoma freshman record, 10 touchdowns.
10 touchdowns. So, and look, like I was doing at the Marriott over, that's swimming right there, baby. Shouts out to the Marriott in Baton Rouge. That's swimming right there. You get 10 touchdowns, boy, you rolling on the real. So I hope that's my hot take today. We're going to see Nick Anderson score at least a touchdown or 2.
BT, you got a hot take for me?
My hot take for today is to continue to build the chemistry on this team as far as the offensive line, the secondary, just because we looked good last week, looked great last week, but you still got a brand new, fresh team out there with a bunch of players that haven't really played this will be their first time at Tiger Stadium playing together. So just continue to build that chemistry because we seen what happened when a left tackle went down. We brought another one in and it didn't look too hot. So just continue to build that chemistry in the offensive line and keep Nussmeier upright.
It's still a very new team, but they were together last week. There was not a single Clemson run for over 10 yards in the ball game, and the defense did not commit a penalty, which I really like to see as well. Billy Harriman's the official floral sponsor for the LSU Fan Zone, is delivering smiles daily in our purple vans. Let us help you celebrate life's important moments. Simply call 272-ROSE or click 272rose.com. Hollingsworth Richards Ford has been a proud member of the Tiger Transportation Team for over 30 years. Come see us today on Florida Boulevard, or you can visit us online at HollingsworthRichardsFord.com. It's a Saturday night in Death Valley. We're getting ready for it. Before we go forward for LSU and Tech, let's look back to a big-time win on the road over a top 5 team. It is our LSU Rewind.
This is Fighting Tiger Rewind. Rewind. Auditory highlights from last time out for the Tigers, as heard on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
A picturesque late summer evening from the Palmetto State finds us ready to kick off the 2025 season in a big way with a big-time matchup. With all eyes on Frank Howard Field at Memorial Stadium here in Clemson, South Carolina, as the 4th-ranked Clemson Tigers welcome in your 9th-ranked Fighting Tigers of LSU. Nussmeier calls for the snap. Delayed handoff. Now they'll give it off to Durham. He's hitting the backfield. Stayed upright. Now breaks it outside. Far side 30, 35, 40, 45, and eventually brought down up near midfield. They'll say he's down at the 49-yard line. Here's 3rd down and 8. Pressure comes. Klubnik is going to be brought down. Coming in off the right edge, P.J. Woodland. comes in and brings down Klubnik quickly. He had no chance to get away. An absolute heat-seeking missile that time. Great job by Woodland. That backs up Clemson, and on 4th down with a loss of 12, they'll punt it away from inside their own end zone. Damian's added some range in the offseason. His career-long 50 yards, that was against Florida. This one will be 53 yards from the far hash mark. Kicking left to right. Kick is up, on its way, and the kick is good! A new career high for Damian Ramos. Mr. Consistency ties the game from 53 yards out. Nussmeier finds Anderson, middle of the field. Anderson now knifes his way through the Clemson defense up across midfield into Clemson territory and finally brought down at the Clemson 40-yard line. Nussmeier lining everyone up. Again, Jonathan Green, that third tight end, back out on the field for LSU. Nussmeier under center. Snap. Give to Durham. Durham leaps. Extra leap into the end zone, and they're going to say touchdown. Klubnik will send 3 receivers right, 1 just off the line to the left side, short side of the field. Ball placed on the near side hash mark. Here's the snap. Pressure comes again. Hit as he throws, and it's intercepted at the 45-yard line. It's Mansour Delane, who's played a well of a game thus far. He gets his first INT, and Clemson blinks for the first time tonight. LSU has the football in this tie game. 2nd down, goal to go from the 8. This time Nussmeier back in the gun. They'll bunch 4 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left, looking to throw left, and they throw to Trey'Dez Green. He's got the catch. Touchdown, LSU. Trey'Dez Green muscles away the football, and LSU has their first lead of the night. Klubnik now steps up, talks to the offensive line, stands back in the shotgun. Calls for the snap and has it. Looks to throw over the middle. Catch is broken up and incomplete at the 26-yard line, and now it is a turnover on downs. They were looking for T.J. Moore, and Mansour Delane with another fantastic play at cornerback breaks up the pass, and LSU will take the football with 9:02 remaining in the game. Klubnik takes the snap, drops back, now sprints to his right. Pressure comes, hit as he throws, incomplete down at the 5-yard line. Turnover on downs, LSU football. Harold Perkins on a beeline to Cade Klubnik, forced the throw on the run, and the Tigers of LSU have the football with 59 seconds remaining, leading 17-10 over Clemson. Down to 25 seconds remaining in the game. He'll take the snap, he'll take the knee. We're down to 20 seconds, and this one is headed for the books. LSU begins to celebrate here at Frank Howard Field Memorial Stadium in Clemson, South Carolina, with a statement game for this team and this coaching staff and this program. Final seconds roll off the clock. Horn sounds. Tigers win. Tigers win. LSU defeats Clemson 17-10.
Fighting Tiger Rewind. The guys will be right back with more of LSU Game Day, presented by the original Louisiana Hot Sauce on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
I'm Richard Fontenot, president of the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation. My brother and I grow rice, soybeans, and raise crawfish on our farm in Evangeline Parish. For a 4th-generation farmer like myself, Louisiana Farm Bureau is as much a part of my life as checking traps or harvesting rice. Our organization is more than 145,000 members strong, and we've been around for more than 100 years. The Louisiana Farm Bureau spans generations, and we want you to join our family.
Visit lafarmbureau.org. The Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Champions make plays on the field and in life. With LSU Online, you can keep your career moving, earn your degree, and still run your own game plan. Learn anytime from anywhere and take the next step toward your goal line. It's time to make your move, Tiger fans. Visit online.lsu.edu. LSU Online. Win where you are.
In Baton Rouge, locals don't just love their home, they love sharing it. Discover a city where culture is abundant, hospitality comes naturally, and the best spots are never kept secret. With the vibrancy of a big city and the ease of a weekend getaway, Baton Rouge invites you to slow down, savor, or soak it all in. Find your pace at visitbatonrouge.com.
As increasingly dangerous storms shatter communities across the U.S., reliable forecasting is more important than ever. At LSU, our researchers created a highly advanced flood and storm surge tool using AI and supercomputers to analyze millions of data points so emergency managers and responders can predict vulnerable areas faster and more accurately to protect you, your loved ones, and your way of life.
16 teams, the premier conference of college football. Buckle up. Time now to take a trip around the Southeastern Conference. Proudly presented to you by Explore Louisiana, who asks, what will your Louisiana be? Discover your next adventure at explorelouisiana.com on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
All right, let's take that spin around the Southeastern Conference. We've got two finals from the Lone Star State. Texas bounced back after a loss in the shoe last weekend. They beat San Jose State 38-7. And then in College Station, Texas A&M doubled up Utah State in a battle of Aggies 44-22. Texas A&M headed to South Bend, Indiana next week to play Notre Dame. Those are the only two finals. Got a lot of games in action, though. Number 4, Georgia leads Austin Peay 14-3. That game is delayed by weather currently. The only in-conference game, Kentucky hosting Ole Miss. The Rebels lead the Wildcats 17-13, just underway in the third quarter there from Kroger Field. Tennessee all over East Tennessee State in the third quarter. It's 54-10 balls in that one. And a big-time border war between Kansas and Missouri in Columbia, Missouri right now is going the way of the Jayhawks. It's 24-21 with just under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. LSU's next opponent, Florida, who will be here next weekend, taking on South Florida in Gainesville. It's 9-6 Florida at halftime, and Arkansas in Little Rock up on Arkansas State 28-7 in that in-state battle. Still to come in the evening slate, South Carolina hosts South Carolina State at 6 o'clock. Arizona travels into SEC country to take on Mississippi State in Starkville. That's a 6:30 start our time. Probably the biggest game in terms of national relevance in the Southeastern Conference this week. Michigan headed to Norman to take on Oklahoma. That's a top 20 showdown in Norman. It's a 6:30 kickoff on ABC. Auburn hosts Ball State at 6:30. Virginia Tech hosting Vanderbilt. A little bit of a revenge spot there for the Hokies, who fell victim to South Carolina last week and Vanderbilt in the opener last year. That game's at 6:30 on the ACC Network. And Alabama, who we can laugh at because they're maybe not very good, they host ULM at 6:45, tied 0-1 after dropping that game significantly over there in Tallahassee, Florida against Florida State. The original Louisiana hot sauce has a simple recipe: peppers, vinegar, and the sad, salty tears of your rivals' fans. Tiger fans, do you think you have what it takes to be a true Caniac maniac? Prove it at the next home football game to win free canes for an entire year. Raising Canes, one love. We still got some more scores to get to you. Coming up, we'll get a scoreboard from the entire country, including those in Louisiana. And then after that, we'll have a chat with the president and CEO of the Tiger Athletic Foundation, Matt Borman, who will jump aboard on set. So don't go anywhere. This is LSU Game Day presented by Louisiana Hot Sauce right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength, power, agility, a team that shows up ready to win. At Toyota Trucks, they bring the full roster. Kick off the season with big savings at the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event.
Toyota is a proud sponsor of LSU Athletics. Experience the drive of the Tiger in a Tundra or Tacoma, built to take you wherever the road leads. Find yours today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Trust isn't given, it's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU.
Since 1929, Shell has been a vital part of the Norco community. Stephen Weber, Norco Civic Association.
Shell is a great example of industry investing in communities. From the Norco Christmas Parade to providing millions of dollars annually for small businesses and organizations across Louisiana, Shell is always working to improve the quality of life in the areas where they operate. Norco couldn't ask for a better neighbor.
Shell is the rhythm of Louisiana.
Everyone has their own favorite way to experience Louisiana. For some, it's the taste of hot beignets with a creamy cafe au lait. For others, it's swaying to the music of brass bands, Zydeco, and all the music in between. It's boating on the bayou, weaving your way through festivals, road tripping in pursuit of the greatest gumbo. Whoever you are, whatever you crave, Louisiana will feed your soul. Go to findyourlouisiana.com to plan your visit today.
Game day starts local, just 2 miles from Tiger Stadium. Oxbow Rum Distillery is the official rum of LSU Athletics. Handcrafted from Louisiana sugarcane grown right across the river. From cane to glass, every bottle is pure Louisiana pride. So, whether you're mixing up cocktails at your tailgate or joining us at the tasting room, make it a win for local flavor. Oxbow Rum Distillery, located downtown Baton Rouge. Go Tigers!
Leading you up to kickoff of LSU Fighting Tiger football. Coming up, we get an LSU athletics update. But first, here's a quick check of the Republic Finance College football scoreboard. Here now is Brian Haldane.
Bringing it back into the Capital One studios. Capital One's offering checking and savings accounts with no fees nor minimums. What's in your wallet? It is time for a scoreboard update. Today's update presented by Republic Finance. Visit Republic Finance for all your personal loan needs. Get started at republicfinance.com/Tigers. Number one in the land, Ohio State. They've got Grambling right now, and got a feel for the Tigers. Ohio State, a 56-0 lead in the about 6.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter of that contest. No problem for the Buckeyes. Nothing fancy, just straight business for number 2 Penn State, beating FIU, Florida International, 34-0. Number three is us. Let's move on. Number 4, Georgia. They've got Austin Peay in the house, and that game's been delayed. Georgia has a 14-3 lead. They are in the second quarter during that delay. Number 5, Miami's going to host Bethune-Cookman at 6. Oklahoma State is at 6th-ranked Oregon right now, and no problem for the Ducks. 48-3, they are taking it to the Cowboys. 7:16 to go in the third quarter. Texas was a 38-7 winner over San Jose State, as you heard Hunt say. Number 8, Clemson is at Troy, and hello now. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, the Troy Trojans have a 10-0 lead over the number 8 ranked Clemson Tigers. Keep an eye on that one. 10th ranked South Carolina welcomes in South Carolina State at 6. Number 11, Illinois. Oh, I watched this game. They took it to Duke. 45-19 your final score. Fresh off their road trip to Hattiesburg, Mississippi State's going to bring in 12th ranked Sun Devils of Arizona State to David Wade Stadium. That game will kick off at 6:30. Number 13, Florida and South Florida. They're doing battle right now. Florida, as you heard Hunt say, has a 9-6 lead. They're going into halftime right there. Florida State pounded Eastern Texas A&M 77-3. East Texas A&M got their lone field goal with 9:40 to go in the game. The Noles went ahead and punched it into the end zone one more time with under 2 minutes left. I guess just to show who's boss. Any eyeballs that aren't on LSU at 6:30 will likely be on number 15 versus number 18, Michigan at Oklahoma. 20th ranked Ole Miss is at Kentucky right now. Ole Miss has a lead, but not by much, 17-13, and Kentucky has the ball with 12:45 to go in the third quarter. Let's move it over to in-state. Tulane is out at South Alabama at 6. A lot of games in-state kick off at 6. It's the same time that Alabama State and Southern will kick off right up the river from us. Southeastern and Murray State will square off at 6, and West Georgia goes down the bayou to Nichols, also a 6 o'clock start time. 6:45, UL Monroe will be at Alabama, I guess number 21 Alabama, that's at 6:45, and the latest kickoff for the evening in state will be 7 p.m., has McNeese at UL Lafayette. Let's throw it back out to just outside the Merrifield Assembly Center. What you got, Hunt?
I got the president and CEO of the Tiger Athletic Foundation, Matt Borman, with us here. Excited to have this conversation. Matt, thanks for some time. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Hunt.
It's our pleasure. This is a great day. It's a little warm, but it's a great day.
No doubt.
LSU comes back 1-0, and this campus is absolutely buzzing. I want to talk about the changing landscape that has obviously happened over the last 5 years here with name, image, and likeness, and obviously TAF has been right in the middle of all that. How have you all adjusted to this new era?
Well, things have changed a lot since I got in this position in 2021, and NIL came into play, and we're very proud of the way we were able to handle that transition. TAF was one of the first organizations in the country that was able to really partner with their collective. We were able to do all fundraising services for Bayou Traditions at the time. Very successful in bringing in dollars to find those dollars to get away to our student athletes. And that's a lot of the reason you see this successful football team on the field right now. The coaches did a great job of working with our donors, telling them how important it was to invest in the team. And we had a lot of Tiger fans that were involved in that process.
I know a lot of folks, kind of myself included, quite frankly, just like to watch football and don't love the news aspect of it, but it's so vitally important at this point. And the word house settlement gets tossed around all the time. That's a change up for y'all. How has TAF kind of reacted to the new legislation?
No questions. I just described, we felt like we adapted well in the first stage of NIL, and we feel like we've done a good job of transitioning from there. We did have to end our relationship with Bayou Traditions when the house settlement came through in July, and now we're in a spot where there's revenue sharing. So the athletic department can get into a position where they're sharing revenue with the student athletes. The $20.5 million is shared throughout the athletic department, and then NIL is still available for kind of organic situations where businesses get into relationships with student athletes and find ways for them to help them market. And so if you're asking and you're out there thinking, how can I still help in the NIL space without a Bayou Traditions collective just allowing me to donate funds and distribute those to student athletes, the way you can help now is if you do have a business that has goods or services, contact our athletic department and find ways to be involved and use our student athletes to market those goods and services, because that goes a huge way in supplementing the revenue share and giving us a leg up on our peers and ultimately our opponents.
Look, I realize this is an LSU show. I'm an LSU alum. And look, we're going to talk positive about LSU, no question, but this is not hyperbole. There is no college, there is no university over the last 10 years that has had more marketable athletes than this one right here. So it's a huge opportunity, and I think fans realize that, they make a difference screaming on Saturday night. They can make a difference off the field as well with their contributions in the name of like the space. But there's also facilities, and you can't let that lag behind as well, and certainly LSU is not.
Well, it seems throughout the country that's kind of taken a back seat as we've moved towards NIL, but as you go drive past football operations building, you see some renovations that have been done there in the past couple years. We added a training room that really focused on the recovery and rehabilitation for the student athletes. There's so much new technology out there, there's no way I could really describe it. Being in the position I'm in, it takes doctors and physical therapists to describe exactly what's going on there. But $25 million of an investment was put into that building to really help our student athletes recover, rehab, and make sure we're getting their best performance on the field and then in their future as well.
I hear this a lot, like how can I get involved, and can you tell us about Team TAF and what y'all are doing?
Yes, so as we talk about NIL and the dollars that you've seen, maybe you've read about going to student athletes and their large numbers, you read about the $25 million that I just talked about that renovated that space in the football ops, but it takes a village. We need every Tiger fan out there to give and want to be involved, and our Team TAF level starts at $100, and so everybody can be involved. If they can just look at team at www.lsutaf.org. Sorry, I spit that out. But you'll be able to go on there, look at the different ways you can help. There is just a myriad of ways you can help LSU athletics, and everybody can get involved. Right now we've got a great initiative. The initiative is a pledge per win. Easy. You pledge $5 per LSU win this year. We're going to win 12 in the regular season and go on from there. But it's a super way to help out LSU athletics. There's so much passion out there. We just want you guys to feel like you can be a part of this team, and hopefully you guys will support. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. LSUTAF.org is where you can get involved. It's warm out here. I'll let you go find some air conditioning and watch some football. We appreciate some time.
Thanks, Hunt. Appreciate you having me on.
Matt Borman, TAF, Chief Executive Officer and President here on set with us in the Bud Light Fan Zone. We still got a lot to do, LSU and Louisiana Tech. We're going to hear from Kyle Williams, LSU defensive line coach, a little bit later. Matt Bellinson, the sports editor of the Ruston Leader, is going to come on to preview Louisiana Tech for us a little bit later as well. We'll go inside the mind of the Tigers. When we come back, we'll get a weather report. I got a spoiler on that weather report. It's really hot. But Brian will get you caught up on all that, and he'll toss it back to us here between the ramps of the Assembly Center in the Bud Light Fan Zone. LSU and Tech, we're getting you ready for an LSU Game Day presented by Louisiana Hot Sauce right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
He's got a seam. He's down the near side hash. Tiger fans, if you've ever wanted to listen to the LSU Sports Radio Network while watching your Fighting Tigers on TV, now you can, and it's easy to do. Just pause the TV. Use the LSU Sports mobile app to stream the audio on your smartphone or tablet. Connect to a smart speaker, then wait for the audio to catch up to the point your TV is paused. Push play, and you are all set. Watch the Tigers and listen with the LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
15-10-5! Touchdown, Tigers!
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state and beyond.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
LSU Game Day continues. Presented by the original Louisiana Hot Sauce. Louisiana Hot Sauce. Buy you some. Let's check that game day forecast.
Now here's the weather.
Presented by Southern Air, Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electric. Once again, from inside the Capital One studio, here is Brian Haldane.
It is time to bring it back into the Capital One studios. It's time for your pregame weather update presented by a very much appreciated Southern Air, Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Hey, before we get to that update, though, I want to give you a quick update on that scoreboard. Cade Klubnik just threw a pick six. Troy's now up 16-0 with an extra point pending. All right, we're looking at about 88 degrees for kickoff, and the temperature should drop about 8 degrees over the course of the game, making it 80 for the walk back to the car. We've got clear skies, maybe a random cloud here or there, no real chance of rain tonight. Humidity is just above 50%, which is kicking that feels like temperature up just a little bit, but there is a 6 to 7 mile per hour breeze that's going to be steady throughout the night. So once the sun starts to drop, we hopefully it'll balance out that feels like temperature. Visibility is good. Sunset is officially going to be 7:23 p.m. with the Bulldogs being put to bed shortly thereafter. Right now it is 91, though it feels like 94. Let's toss it back out to Hunt Palmer, who does not have that Southern air that I do right now.
No, I don't, Brain, but I appreciate you bringing that up. That was very important information that I certainly needed, and I think everyone did, that we're sitting here sweating like crazy. But that's okay, because it's Saturday night in Death Valley, and we're getting you ready for it. Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite with you, reminding you the Capital One is offering checking and savings accounts with no fees or minimums. What's in your wallet? Guys, we spent the first segment talking a lot about the LSU defense and how well they played, and for good reason. They played great. The offense didn't steal a bunch of headlines, but I thought Joe Sloan did a masterful job last week of getting LSU in position to succeed. He stuck with the running game. Even though it wasn't electrifying, they stuck with it. They did a good job of taking pressure off that offensive line with the short passing game. And they really did a nice job. They did enough to win, obviously, and it could have been better. You're talking about a touchdown that came off the board with the Berrien Brown reversal of the call. I thought they could have put 24, 27 points on the board, and that's in a hostile environment against a good defense, despite what's going on in Clemson right now where Troy is up 16-0. But we're not going to talk about that. Let's talk about the offense. What did you like last week, Dave?
Well, I did like that the ball was distributed across the field. You had Aaron Anderson. You got the ball to Parker at some point. Like you said, the run game was balanced. You found your targets, like we talked about that pass to Brown. So offensively, it looked like we were in sync. That's something we didn't really have last year. We showed a little bit of inconsistency in certain areas, but I did like the fact that we were in sync and we spreaded the ball around. That did stand out.
What'd you like on the offense, BT?
I like the consistency to get the ball in your playmakers' hands when you know they're hot, especially Aaron Anderson. I seen the referee stop the play when Aaron Anderson ran like a little screen. It was going to the house.
Yeah.
They stopped it right before we snapped the ball. It's just to see like Joe Sloan putting together like these trick plays, putting Xavier Thomas, motioning him back to running back and then running the count off of that, putting him in the backfield. And that's one guy that I would like to see touch the ball a lot more is Xavier Thomas. He is your Swiss knife. He's electrifying. Whenever the ball is in his hands, it's a positive net and yards, and just a big play waiting to happen. I would just like for us to take the points when we can take them, kick a field goal, and just, especially when you know now that we have a defense that can go out there and stop.
And Brian Kelly said this week in his press conference just flat out, I messed that one up. I should have taken the field goal. The data said to go for it there, but the data doesn't keep in mind that there's 12 seconds left in the half. There's not really enough time to go get a touchdown, so he admitted that. But you did see later in the game, LSU had a 4th down and 5 at the 40-yard line. And the data said to go for it, and he punted because he trusted his defense. He punted away, and the defense was able to hold. So I think you're going to see a little bit more conservative play calling from LSU in that perspective because of the defense. And you mentioned the running game. I love the creativity in the running game. Y'all mentioned Xavier Thomas being motioned back there and doing some of that. You saw Garrett Nussmeier keep the ball on a QB on a read option where he kept it for 10 yards. You're going to see Juwan Johnson in the backfield doing some wildcat and some read option stuff as well. And then you haven't seen Harlan Berry yet, and I think you will see him tonight. I don't think they're going to want to give Caden Durham 26 carries against Louisiana Tech. I think they want to get Juwan Johnson the ball. I think they want to get Harlan Berry the ball. He's going to be an explosive playmaker in his time at LSU, and I think that you're getting close to seeing that at this point tonight for the freshmen. So a lot of really good stuff on the offense. Last thing here before we take a break and get the keys to the game. PT, you played in the secondary. I think some guys would probably a little bit easier to match up with than others. I don't know what the answer is for Trey'Dez Green. And last week there was not one for Clemson. He drew 2 pass interference calls. One of those set up one of LSU's touchdowns, and he scored the other touchdown on a jump ball against Clemson's best cornerback. He is a real problem for defenses because of his size at 6'7" and his leaping ability, which you've seen on the basketball court. First, how tough is the matchup for a defense to deal with him? And then 2, what do you do?
To match up against a guy like that it's one of them deal breakers where it's like you got to take your wins where you can get them because you may not get many. And the only thing you could do is try to press him at the line and disrupt his timing as far as timing routes and pray to God that your defensive line or your linebackers get there. And that's for a point where a defensive coordinator, you have to put your players in a situation to win against him. But you got all these track stars on the side of him, and you got Caden Durham, who's a real track star in the backfield, and it's like, what can you do as a defensive coordinator? So you got to pick your wins and pick what you want to attack. And Trey'Dez Green, it's just not a matchup. You just got to you got to do what you can do with him, and it's not much.
Recruiting is important. Trey'Dez Green is a 5-star recruit. They got him on campus. He's a 5-star problem for defensive coordinators all across this conference. RV your way with Great American RV. Visit greatamericanrv.com for one of the largest selections of top RV brands and floor plans for every type of camper. Great American RV Superstores, making memories one weekend at a time. Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite with you in the Bud Light fan zone between the ramps of the Pete Maravich Assembly Center across the street from Death Valley. Thousands of fans are filing in. We're getting closer to LSU and Louisiana Tech. Our keys to LSU's victory when we come back on LSU Game Day, presented by Louisiana Hot Sauce on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Some drinks come in a bottle, some in a can. Only one comes in a ball and brings the buzz. We're Buzz Balls, the ready-to-go cocktail that's shaped like a ball. Coincidence? We think not. Big flavor, big buzz, ready to go. Buzz Balls. It's a ball. It's a drink. It's a whole vibe. Please drink responsibly. Buzz Balls. Available in spirit, wine, and malt. 50% alcohol per volume. Buzz Balls, LLC, Carrollton, Texas.
Louisiana pests can be a formidable opponent, but J&J Exterminating is ready to tackle them on their own turf. J&J Exterminating is Louisiana's largest independently owned pest control company, and we know what works in Louisiana's climate, from ants to termites and everything in between. J&J Exterminating will protect your home or business with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Get the shield.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
It's game on, Tiger fans. From the backyard to the bayou, the Ford F-150 with available Pro Power onboard gives you the power of a mobile generator. So as long as you've got a TV and a signal, you don't have to miss another game. Just one more reason why Ford F-Series has been the best-selling truck in America 48 straight years. Ford F-150 and your Southern Quality Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of LSU Athletics. Let the good times roll.
Hey Tiger fans, for the best ready-mix concrete, turn to Quality Concrete. As an Ascension ready-mix company, Quality Concrete has been providing quality ready-mix concrete to Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. With 6 locations and services ranging from residential, commercial, industrial, and municipal, there is no job too big or too small. Awarded #1 in quality control by the National Ready-Mix Concrete Association and having poured over 7 million cubic yards, they're helping build our community one foundation at a time. Just visit GoQuality.com and get a quote today.
ISC Constructors is a national award-winning electrical and instrumentation construction company. In addition, ISC provides full-service, multidiscipline engineering services to global customers. For 35 years, ISC has brought the Baton Rouge culture to its job sites and offices across the nation. And like our Tigers, ISC believes being the best begins with recruiting and developing the best talent. ISC, powered by people.
Closing in on kickoff for LSU Fighting Tiger football. Now, the guys share their keys to an LSU victory. Back to Brandon, Marlon, and Hunt on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Back here in the Bud Light Fan Zone, Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite with you on the campus of Louisiana State University. It's a Saturday night in Death Valley, LSU and Louisiana Tech. Time now for keys to the game. Marlon Favorite, what you got?
I know where y'all think I'm going, but I think I want to stick with that linebacking core, brother. Where they was flying around last week, sideline to sideline, and being consistent. That's a word like B used earlier. So the Wheat Boys, along with Harold Perkins flying around, as long as that group is intact, I think everybody else falls into play. Keys to victory, the linebacking crew playing lights out, baby.
I like that linebacking core. I thought last week you saw Harold Perkins really utilize the way that he enjoys being utilized. I talked to him 3 weeks ago when we had player interviews. He said, I like to run. He doesn't love playing in the middle of the field where he's dealing with a lot of offensive guards. He doesn't love just lining up on the edge where you're dealing with tackles all the time. He wants to run, and I think you saw, the last play that Clemson ran last week where Klubnik tries to escape outside. There's no quarterback in college football is about to turn the corner on Harold Perkins. And Klubnik tried to get outside where he's dynamic. Perkins shut that thing down and instantly, like just shot out of a cannon. He played great. You know the Weeks boys are going to bring it every single week. And so I like that group, Fabe. We'll see what you got, BT.
My key to the victory for today is to establish the run game. Let's just keep at it. Let's keep trying to get these positive yards and get these running backs in a good rotation and a good vibe. And let the guys eat, man. I know we've been talking about these wide receiver groups for the past 2 years. I want to see a breakout 100-yard rushing game from Caden Durham today.
We'll see about that. They committed to that run. I don't know that LSU can run it right at Louisiana Tech. I don't have any doubt about that. But I think as far as just a dominant running game, I don't know that LSU has that. You just have to have a functional running game. You've got a quarterback that's so smart and wide receivers that are so good that you just need the threat of that running game. And I think that LSU will have that. I expect to see Caden Durham get a little bit loose tonight against Louisiana Tech. My key to the game tonight is LSU in the passing game stretching the field a little bit. You did not see LSU stretch the field last week, and I think that was by design. They did not want to snap the ball to Garrett Nussmeier, have those speedy receivers taking long developing routes, because that puts your offensive line in a compromised spot against really good defensive front, Peter Woods, TJ Parker, and those guys. So they got it out of Garrett Nussmeier's hands very quickly, intentionally, and it worked. Aaron Anderson had 99 yards. He had a little screen play that he took for 30, and they ran the same screen 3 times in a row over to the left sideline because they had the numbers advantage, and that was the game plan against that front. Tonight, they will be able to block Louisiana Tech, so you can let Garrett Nussmeier sit back a little bit and survey the field, and that's when Chris Hilton's going to get loose, and Barryon Brown's going to get loose, and Xavier Thomas will get loose. They've mentioned Nick Anderson, and we didn't even talk about Aaron Anderson. Got Kyle Parker as well. They got 7 or 8 guys that can get out there and make some plays down the field. I expect to see some chunk passing plays tonight that we did not see last week. And I think that's going to be a big piece to the LSU offense this year. It's just matchup dependent, and when you got an offensive line that might be compromised like they did last week, you don't want to count too much on that. And LSU did hit one down the field to Barryon Brown and just got overturned because it was in the end zone. So I think you're going to see a passing game get down the field this weekend, which should be exciting for those in attendance. Your LSU Tigers are made of grit, drive, and heart. The original Louisiana hot sauce is made of peppers, vinegar, and salt. So the same thing. That's Louisiana hot. When the Tigers win, you win. Enter promo code LSU50 the Monday after an LSU football win to receive 50% off your online pizza order at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, valid at participating locations only. We still got a lot to do here from the Bud Light Fan Zone. We'll talk about this Louisiana Tech team with Matt Bellinson, sports editor of the Ruston Leader. When we come back, this is LSU Game Day presented by Louisiana Hot Sauce on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Everything tastes better after an LSU Tiger victory. Similarly, everything also tastes better once you've baptized it with the handcrafted flavor of the original Louisiana hot sauce. So just imagine how truly tasty something would taste if it was doused in the original Louisiana hot sauce after an LSU Tiger victory. That's Louisiana hot. Buy you some.
LSU Tiger fans are gearing up with real Tigers apparel and merchandise from the official online store at lsushop.net. Get jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, official team merchandise from Nike, accessories, and much more. Over 3,600 products, all shipped right to your door. Head to the place real Tiger fans go for the selection only real Tiger fans get at lsushop.net.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit lsumkc.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Every Tiger knows it's not just about where you are, it's about how you play the game. At LSU Online, we bring that same grit and greatness to your education. Whether you're watching from Baton Rouge or beyond, you can earn your degree on your time from anywhere. Flexible, online, built for Tiger Nation. Visit online.lsu.edu and win where you are.
LSU Game Day continues. Presented by the original Louisiana hot sauce. Louisiana hot sauce. Buy you some. For a scouting report on the Tigers' opponent, time now for Tiger Recon on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
Hunt Palmer here inside the Bud Light Fan Zone between the ramps of the Assembly Center across the street from Tiger Stadium. LSU and Louisiana Tech Saturday night in Death Valley to talk about the visiting Bulldogs. Let's welcome in Matt Bellinson, the sports editor for the Ruston Leader. Matt, we appreciate the time. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's sweaty, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
You and 150,000 other people on this campus right now, but that's okay. Let's talk some football. Louisiana Tech, Sonny Cumbie. Feels like a big year for them. They got off to a winning start last week. I don't know if it was such a strong start, but how important is this year for Sonny Cumbie's team?
Yeah, it's a make-or-break season. You know, talking to the Louisiana Tech athletic director Ryan Ivey in the preseason, he made it very clear this team has to have a winning season. They have to earn their way to a bowl game. I know obviously they played in the Independence Bowl last year, but if Marshall had not opted out of that game, you would have finished with a 5-7 record. So Louisiana Tech needs to have a winning season. You know, this program has not had a winning season since 2019.
Right.
And so Sonny Cumbie is a part of that problem, but I think that has a lot to do with injuries, just player personnel, you know, I think mishaps, and I think a lot of that has to do with, frankly, just the indecisions that have been made from Sonny Cumbie. So this is definitely a prove-it year. I think, today outstanding. I think you have to come back home these next 2 games against winnable competition and get off to a pretty good start.
Let's talk about his offense. Connie Cumbie was a prolific passer at the college level, an offensive guy. Made a quarterback change from the incumbent. Tell us about the quarterback spot and what we can expect to see tonight.
Yeah, it's Trey Kukuk. He's a transfer from Saddleback Community College. Brought in, Tony Franklin is now the offensive coordinator, play caller for this team. And Tony's offense is predicated on a running quarterback. He needs to have a mobile quarterback back there. And like you mentioned, the incumbent starter last year, Evan Bullock, he took 33 sacks and 10 starts. You cannot have that, when you're going to try and contend for a conference title and try and, turn this program around. And so, Trey obviously earned the spot in fall camp. And, so far, again, in game 1, he didn't exactly wow me as a passer. I think in the run game, you're going to see him a lot of design runs, kind of get the pocket moving tonight. But overall, offensively, like you mentioned, Sonny Cumbie came in with these ideas that he's going to be this air raid, dual threat offense. And frankly, through 3 years, that's why you see the change to Tony Franklin. It just did not work out.
Let's talk about a playmaker here or there that Louisiana Tech will try to get the ball to. This is good LSU defense, but you got to get the ball to your playmakers' hands. Where can we expect that for the guys in red tonight?
I would expect it to be, junior tight end Eli Finley. He's a guy that had 4 catches for 59 yards last week against Southeastern. All throughout fall camp, they talked about wanting to get him more involved in this offense. And I think, frankly, if you see them get into the red zone tonight, just the frame that he has, he's going to be a weapon that I think they can use. In the running game, again, I think Trey at the quarterback position can definitely be a factor. I think another guy you have to keep an eye on is running back Clay Thevenin. He's a junior college transfer that they brought in. He had 60 yards rushing last week, nearly had a touchdown. He's definitely a guy that I'm going to watch for in that backfield tonight.
What was the biggest issue for Tech last week offensively? Because you'd expect against an FCS team to produce more than they did. They got a scoop and score touchdown from the defense, so the offense only accounted for 17 points. What were an issue or two that they had?
I think, again, it's the passing game. I mean, you finish the game with less than 130 yards passing. You go into you ended the first quarter with 30 yards of total offense. The passing game was just a non-factor. And again, obviously this offense is going to start by establishing the run game. They want to get that ground and pound going and then build off that with some passing game. But they just did not threaten downfield. They did not take any shots. And I think part of that is, again, you're breaking in a new quarterback. You have a coordinator, calling his first game back in over 5 years. I think that part of that was just a little bit hesitation. I think they even admitted that. Tony Franklin in that first half, was calling plays in the box. He came down in the second half and called plays on the field. And I'm going to expect him to call plays on the field tonight to, I think, maybe help with that comfortability, especially with the crowd noise.
Pellprint.com is South Louisiana's online print shop. Go to Pellprint.com for your printing, mailing, banners, and promotional items. Pellprint.com, proud to support LSU Athletics. We'll continue our conversation with Matt Bellinson of the Ruston Leader when we come back. It's LSU Game Day, presented by Louisiana Hot Sauce on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Support your LSU Tigers with Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU Athletics. From game day to the offseason, Hancock Whitney LSU credit and debit cards are a big win for any Tiger fan. Want to get your paws on these cards? Well, apply online or visit HancockWhitney.com/LSU. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC. All accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions may apply.
Every winner knows a great play starts with a solid game plan and the right team by your side. At Sunshine, we're here to keep your operation running strong. From tractors to harvesters, we've got the John Deere equipment you need to tackle every job with confidence. Because when the work's done right, there's more time for the things that matter, like cheering on your favorite team. Make Sunshine Quality Solutions part of your playbook this season and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength, power, agility, the team that shows up ready to win. And Toyota Trucks, they bring the full roster. Kick off the season with big savings at the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event.
Toyota is a proud sponsor of LSU Athletics. Experience the drive of the Tiger in a Tundra or Tacoma, built to take you wherever the road leads. Find yours today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Elevate your game day spirit with Sugarfield Spirits, the official vodka of LSU Athletics. When crafting the perfect mixed drink, our vodka's the winning choice that'll have your taste buds cheering for more. Sugarfield Spirits, where the spirit of the Tigers meets exceptional locally made vodka. See our winning lineup at sugarfieldspirits.com or visit us at our tasting room in Gonzales. LSU Game Day continues to lead you up to kickoff. Presented by the original Louisiana Hot Sauce. With more Tiger Recon on LSU's opponent, here is Hunt Palmer.
Reminder, Tiger fans, Dudley DeBosier stands up for the purple and gold and fights for Tiger fans all across Louisiana. Dudley DeBosier, proud to be an official partner of LSU Athletics. Continue our conversation with Matt Bellinson, the sports editor for the Ruston Leader, talking about Sonny Cumbie's Bulldogs. Switch to the defensive side of the ball. Pitched a shutout last week. Would you say it was a quality effort by the Tech defense, which was very good statistically last year?
I was going to say they picked up right where they left off last year. 3 takeaways. You would have liked to have them score more off those. Only 7 points on the scoop and score. I definitely feel like that has to change if you have any shot of winning today. But yeah, the defense definitely stood out. Obviously, their 3 linebackers, I think, are the strength of that defense. Colby Fields, Mekhi Mason, and Chief Leota. You're going to hear their name a lot today. They definitely lead this defense. And like you mentioned, it's a new defense, a new defensive scheme. Luke Olson coming in from Jacksonville State. They won the league last year. It's still going to be a 3-3-5 base, but they can change some things up every now and then. I think you saw that last week. They brought pressure from different areas. But yeah, overall, you get 3 takeaways, pitch a shutout. You can't ask for more than that.
You mentioned Colby Fields. That's a guy Tiger fans should be familiar with. Started his career at South Carolina. Was a Rummel product. Went to South Carolina, came back to LSU for a year, and then has really kind of brought his career to life at Louisiana Tech. What kind of player and what kind of career has he had there in Ruston?
Yeah, he's without question the leader of that defense. He's the returning leading tackler, over 70 tackles last year, a couple sacks. He started off with 13 tackles last week, so he picked up right where he left off as well. He's the Conference USA preseason defensive player of the year. He is without question the heart and soul of this defense, and I think the key for him is they can put him in so many different spots. You're going to see him rush to the pass. You're going to see him kind of go back out in coverage. He's just a guy that I think they're so versatile, and you see that in his play and in his production. I would definitely expect him to make his mark today. He's been talking about this a lot, ever since he kind of got the opportunity to play Louisiana Tech. He said he's had this marked on his calendar for a while, so I'm curious to see what he has in store for today.
You said something this week on local radio that interested me. You talked about the kickoff spot for Louisiana Tech and how they have not. LSU's got guy in Aaron Burrell, who's going to kick the ball into the third row on every kickoff. Nobody's going to return a kickoff against LSU this year. You said that might be a little bit of a concern with the athletes that LSU has. Barron Brown's the SEC record holder for kick return touchdowns. That could be a factor tonight.
Yeah, they have a young kicker, Drew Henderson. He got his first collegiate action in their bowl game last year after their main kicker transferred to Colorado. And then they also have a new punter, John Hoyt Chance, who was the Conference USA Special Teams Player of the Week. But that being said, Sonny Cumbie admitted there were a lot of punts that did not have a lot of hang time. Yeah. So I think overall in the kicking game, special teams, like you mentioned, if you're not getting enough air on those kickoffs or kicking them deep, it could be trouble tonight for the special teams unit.
We will see Louisiana Tech and LSU tonight under the lights at Tiger Stadium. It'll be a kickoff just after 6:30 local time. Matt Bellinson all over it for the Ruston Leader. We appreciate some time. Enjoy the football. Safe travels back to Ruston.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
He is Matt Bellinson. Calling all Tiger parents, your child could be the next Whataburger kickoff kid. Visit LSUsports.net/kickoff kid to enter for a chance to be on the sideline during the next home football game. Whataburger, just like you like it. Still plenty to do. We're getting you ready for a Saturday night in Death Valley. It's LSU Game Day presented by Louisiana Hot Sauce right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Get ready, Tiger fans! Venture Global is proud to partner with LSU Athletics, powering Louisiana and the world with clean, low-cost, reliable energy and fueling the future of our great state. As we cheer on the Tigers this season, we're also driving innovation, creating jobs, and supporting our local communities. Together, we're building a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. Venture Global, proud partner of LSU Athletics, powering champions on and off the field. Go Tigers!
Everyone has their own favorite way to experience Louisiana. For some, it's the taste of hot beignets with a creamy cafe au lait. For others, it's swaying to the music of brass bands, Zydeco, and all the music in between. It's boating on the bayou, weaving your way through festivals, road tripping in pursuit of the greatest gumbo. Whoever you are, whatever you crave, Louisiana will feed your soul. Go to findyourlouisiana.com to plan your visit today.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
He's got a seam. He's down the near side hash. Tiger fans, if you've ever wanted to listen to the LSU Sports Radio Network while watching your Fighting Tigers on TV, now you can, and it's easy to do. Just pause the TV. Use the LSU Sports mobile app to stream the audio on your smartphone or tablet. Connect to a smart speaker, then wait for the audio to catch up to the point your TV is paused. Push play, and you are all set. Watch the Tigers and listen with the LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
15-10-5, touchdown, Tigers! Back with more on LSU Game Day. Presented by the original Louisiana Hot Sauce from the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
Billy Harriman's, the official floral sponsor of the LSU Fan Zone, is delivering smiles daily in our purple vans. Let us help you celebrate life's most important moments. Simply call 272-ROSE or click 272rose.com. Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite with you, getting you ready for LSU and Louisiana Tech. And coming up in a little bit, we'll hear from LSU defensive line coach Kyle Williams in his first year with the program. Not his first year in purple and gold, was a star and an All-American and a national champion at LSU. Spent 13 years in the NFL as a Pro Bowl defensive tackle, and now has left the high school ranks where he was at Ruston High School just down the street from Louisiana Tech, and he's in control of the LSU defensive tackles this season. Those guys were awesome last week, and we'll hear from Kyle Williams coming up in the next segment. But right now, let's go inside the mind of the Tigers.
Time to go inside the mind of the Fighting Tigers.
Linebacker Wes Weeks on what going 1-0 really means to the team.
I know a lot of people outside of the building kind of thought it was like, all right, we just want to win the first game, but for us, it's 1-0 every week. So we had our 24 hours to celebrate the win, but now it's on to the next opponent. For a defensive standpoint, I know that Nichols game last year was not too fun for us. I mean, I think we gave up like 200 yards rushing or something like that. So we've been watching a little bit of that film just to kind of get that fire going for us and not let that happen again to us this year.
O-lineman Josh Thompson, a Michigan native, speaks on the adjustment to the South Louisiana heat.
Gosh, it was rough. It was a rough first couple months. Like I said, I've never lived in the South, and you know, up north you're looking at 75 and sunny this time of year, and it's pretty, but down here, you know, you got to grind through it a little bit. I will say you're better for it, you know, going into the season. You get in great shape, and you know, there's that adversity of the elements that can really toughen you up.
Cornerback Mansour Delane talks about staying hungry for the team's ultimate goal.
It was just a step, the main goal, and I feel like you can't really get caught up into just one victory like that because, yeah, it's a great win for the program, but that's not the goal that, you know, we're out here aspiring for. Because if you're aspiring to win at Clemson, then you're going to come in today complacent, and you're not looking to get better or whatnot. So if your goal is to win a championship, you're always going to have that mindset to keep going, keep pushing yourself to be better. Like I said, this week we on LA Tech, so Clemson in the past, and we're ready to keep on the road to the national championship.
The mind of the Fighting Tigers. The guys will be right back with more of LSU Game Day, presented by the original Louisiana Hot Sauce on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Hi, I'm Travis, an employee at BASF in Louisiana, and an LSU Tiger fan. At BASF, we create chemistry at work and in the community. Each year, our team volunteers thousands of hours and donates $1 million in contributions and in-kind support to local nonprofit organizations. Learn more about BASF's community impact and find career opportunities at basf.us/Louisiana. That's basf.us/Louisiana. BASF, we create chemistry.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, Tiger fans, this is head coach Brian Kelly. When running a football program or any organization, core values are so important to the success of the operation. Integrity, honesty, and family is what they're all about at Hollingsworth Richards Ford, and I've experienced that firsthand. I've gotten to know them through their support of our football program. So it's simple. All of you truck buyers across the state, and I know there are a lot of you, when it's time for that brand new vehicle, go to Hollingsworth Richards Ford and tell them Coach Kelly sent you.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like the Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S., Z-Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, get select BX 2380 series for as low as $14,500 or $215 per month. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Ew, it's a roach!
Fear not. Champ is here. Your weapon is Bengal Roach Spray. Bengal Spray technology is designed to flush out the entire colony, targeting the source of the problem, making sure these pests don't die unseen in your walls, ensuring far-reaching results that prevent infestations from returning. Now that you're all protected, my job here is done.
Bengal, the official pest control of LSU athletics.
Getting closer to kickoff of LSU Fighting Tiger football. This is LSU Game Day, presented by the original Louisiana Hot Sauce. Here again is Hunt Palmer on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Counting down to kickoff LSU and Louisiana Tech. It's the home opener for the Tigers. Time for our assistant coach interview of the week. Defensive line coach Kyle Williams, our guest in his first year back here at LSU. Coach, appreciate a little bit of time. Every position coach's journey is a little bit different, but not have many like yours. 13 years in the NFL, playing Pro Bowls, and then come from the high school ranks to college. So I'm curious, playing defensive line, coaching defensive line, is it the same for the Buffalo Bills as it is at the high school ranks? Are the fundamentals the same, or is there something specific that you've got to impart to college players?
Well, fundamentally, it's all pretty similar. You know, foundationally, the principles of the defensive line don't change when you're first trying to teach them to, say, a middle school or a high school kid, or, you know, you're going to the NFL and you're trying to teach a highly trained, highly skilled professional player. You know, the foundational principles are the same, and then you can add your tweaks or twists based on the scheme, what they're asked to do, and what their ability is. So there are some moving parts to what it is you do and you teach, but foundationally, from the 6th grade all the way to Pro Bowl level, you know, the foundational principles of the position are the same.
We know how important the opener was to this program. Coach Kelly made no bones about that in preseason media discussions. The players didn't as well. Now it's time for week 2. How have your guys responded to coming home and playing a home game?
It's been a good week of practice. We have quite a bit of guys that's going to be their first time in Tiger Stadium. And, going into Tiger Stadium, first time ever for a lot of them, first time of the year. Being a top 5 team is, act like it, right? Go out, perform, defend our dirt, lay it on the line. The reason we were successful last week is because of how they played, how they performed, and number one, how they prepared. So it's been a good week. We're excited to get back home.
Bernard Gooden caught a lot of attention in training camp, and then obviously played very well against Clemson. Saw some social media clips of him that some NFL scouts enjoyed. What have you seen from Bernard since he transferred in from South Florida?
Well, you see the game clips. It's easy to see, his explosiveness, his violence at the point of attack, his relentless effort. The things that I enjoy most about him are his energy, just personally, how excited he is to come out here every day, how he positively influences the guys around him, and every rep he takes in practice look exactly like those that you saw in the game. So I think for anybody that watches him play, or really anybody on our team, the correlation between the two are distinctly tied together. He practices the way that he plays, and that way he can perform at such a high level because it's not new.
You're certainly familiar with Louisiana Tech, spent a lot of time in Ruston. What do you see when you turn on the tape of this team, and what do y'all need to be prepared for on Saturday night?
Big physical offensive line, a quarterback that can run. Scheme-wise, Coach Franklin comes up with some things that he's going to like of the week and some principles he sticks to. So I think the main thing is just trusting our keys, playing our brand of football, playing in a relentless physical way. And we feel good about that going into any game if we can do those things.
Coach, we appreciate some time. Welcome home. Best of luck in the ballgame.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
That's LSU defensive line coach Kyle Williams, our assistant interview of the week. LSU Louisiana Tech getting closer. It's a Saturday night in Death Valley. Come back with us. It's LSU Game Day presented by Louisiana Hot Sauce right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
I'm Richard Fontenot, president of the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation. My brother and I grow rice, soybeans, and raise crawfish on our farm in Evangeline Parish. For a fourth-generation farmer like myself, Louisiana Farm Bureau is as much a part of my life as checking traps or harvesting rice. Our organization is more than 145,000 members strong, and we've been around for more than 100 years. The Louisiana Farm Bureau spans generations, and we want you to join our family.
Visit lafarmbureau.org. The Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Champions make plays on the field and in life. With LSU Online, you can keep your career moving, earn your degree, and still run your own game plan. Learn anytime from anywhere and take the next step toward your goal line. It's time to make your move, Tiger fans. Visit online.lsu.edu. LSU Online. Win where you are.
In Baton Rouge, locals don't just love their home, they love sharing it. Discover a city where culture is abundant, hospitality comes naturally, and the best spots are never kept secret. With the vibrancy of a big city and the ease of a weekend getaway, Baton Rouge invites you to slow down, savor, or soak it all in. Find your pace at visitbatonrouge.com.
As increasingly dangerous storms shatter communities across the U.S., reliable forecasting is more important than ever. At LSU, our researchers created a highly advanced flood and storm surge tool using AI and supercomputers to analyze millions of data points, so emergency managers and responders can predict vulnerable areas faster and more accurately to protect you, your loved ones, and your way of life.
As LSU Game Day continues, the guys highlight the matchups to watch on the field. LSU Game Day, presented by the original Louisiana Hot Sauce on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Let's take a look at the series history brought to you by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers. Let the good times roll. LSU and Louisiana Tech have played 4 times in their history. LSU is 4-0 in those games. Last time these two teams met, LSU won 38-21 back on November the 1st, 2018. Joe Burrow, the quarterback that night for the Tigers. I can remember an absolute annihilation of Louisiana Tech back in 2003. By a national championship team. Let's hope for more of the same tonight. I wanted to talk to you all about that because I gave my hot take earlier in the show saying I think LSU is going to roll tonight. I don't think that's necessarily a sizzling take, but you look around the country right now and there are some teams like Clemson that are struggling. You come down off that high of a huge win, you play a team that's in the group of 5 or an FCS school, and you might not have your best stuff. BT, we were just talking about you all playing Troy a little bit earlier. What do you think about the motivation of the team tonight?
I think these guys are motivated tonight, and I think that it's a bunch of the fact that you have a mature team and with older guys and guys that have been there and been in trap situations like this with trap games. After a big win the following week, you're playing I ain't gonna say a lower tier school, but a school that you should go out there and beat. they've been in those situations, so they know how to walk into this stadium and go in there and handle business. So I think it's all business with these guys.
Faye, what would your mindset be? I mean, you could say, look, it's the home opener. They're going to be excited anyway. You could say, hey, this is an opportunity to get some sick stats. It's an opportunity for some of the young guys to play. It's, hey, you're a top 5 team, go show out. I mean, what would your mindset be in a game like this?
Oh, I'm trying to run the bag up, baby. I'm trying to get my stats up. This is a game where I'm trying to go and get at least 4 or 5 tackles for loss, a sack or 2. I remember when we were playing Auburn on the road, we lost, right? We lost 7-6. This was 06.
That's 2006, yep. I was there in the upper deck. It was 1,000 degrees.
I was just about to say it was hot like it is now, right out here right now. It was worse, but I remember we lost that game, but as a defensive line, we all became stars. Glenn and Tyson was SEC Players of the Week. We all had big games, big plays in that game, but then we played Tulane the next week. And I'm like, you know what, Tulane at the time, shouts out to Coach Summerall on that team now, but back then, you know, they were struggling. And I'm like, this is a stat game. So I went out there, got me 2 sacks, a couple tackles for loss. So that's, you know, for the young players and the guys' experience, this isn't a lay-down game played down to your competition. This is go out there and run up the bag.
LSU Athletics thanks its corporate partners, Cox, McDonald's, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Louisiana Blue, Coca-Cola, and Hancock Whitney. One more segment for us here in the Bud Light Fan Zone across the street from Tiger Stadium. Be back to close out LSU Game Day presented by Louisiana Hot Sauce next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When you shop Albertsons online or in our app, you can count on us to have freshly picked high-quality ingredients ready for pickup or delivery in as little as 30 minutes. Plus, save $30 off your first online order and let Albertsons take the hassle out of shopping while racking up the savings. With free pickup or delivery, you will always get the same great prices, deals, and rewards as in-store. Shop online at Albertsons.com or in the app. Albertsons, fresh foods, local flavors.
Get ready, Tiger fans! Venture Global is proud to partner with LSU Athletics, powering Louisiana and the world with clean, low-cost, reliable energy and fueling the future of our great state. As we cheer on the Tigers this season, we're also driving innovation, creating jobs, and supporting our local communities. Together, we're building a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. Venture Global, proud partner of LSU Athletics, powering champions on and off the field. Go Tigers!
This is Secretary of State Nancy Landry. Knowing the rules of the game is critical for both athletes and fans. Elections are no different. Changes are coming to Louisiana's primary elections next year, so before voting in April, visit geauxvote.com or download the free Go Vote mobile app. Keep your registration current, understand how your party affiliation affects your options, and learn about offices affected by the new law. Know before you go, and go Tigers!
Time to wrap it up on LSU Game Day, presented by the original Louisiana Hot Sauce. Here is Brandon, Marlon, and Hunt with their final thoughts before Boot meets Ball on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
If you're tuning in on campus or driving around in the vehicle, heading wherever you are going to watch this game between LSU and Louisiana Tech, official kickoff time tonight, 6:32. That's when you need to be seated, getting ready for some action. It's our first Saturday night in Death Valley. Fired up for it. It's LSU and Louisiana Tech. Tiger fans, all LSU Sports Radio Network broadcasts stream free on the LSU Sports mobile app. Download for free on iOS or Android. The LSU Sports mobile app is presented by BASF. We create chemistry. Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite with you for one final segment, getting ready for LSU and Louisiana Tech. Guys, let's talk about what we expect to see tonight in this game between LSU and Louisiana Tech. We've talked about keys, we've given matchups, hot takes, but what's your expectation for the way this thing looks tonight, BT?
This is going to be a track meet. These wide receivers, these running backs, I think these guys they're going to let them run loose. They're going to cut loose, and I visualize a lot of punts being made by Louisiana Tech. So the special teams, I've been waiting to see one. I'm ready to see one, and I want to see one early this year. I want to see a kickoff return for a touchdown, or I want to see a punt return for a touchdown, a block field goal, or a block punt. I'm a special teams guy, man. It just brings that extra boost and extra juice into the game.
We talked about Louisiana Tech special teams with the beat writer Matt Borman that was talking with us. They did not punt it very well last week. A lot of line drives. Southeastern can't make that hurt. LSU can, and they don't have necessarily a kickoff guy that's capable of banging it through the end zone. Barryon Brown's the SEC all-time record holder with 5 kickoff return touchdowns. He may get his hands on one tonight. Let's see what he can do. Fave, what do you expect to see tonight?
Well, I do expect this team to come out flying around, but on the other side, I think Louisiana Tech is going to come out there motivated. They probably keeping up with the Clemson and Troy game right now.
Florida, South Florida.
Florida, South Florida, messing up my damn parlay. That's a whole nother story. I'm no storyteller.
Hey.
Hey.
Invest wisely.
Yes, that was a bad investment. Come on, Florida, but they got to come in there next week. But that's my thing, y'all. I just want LSU to go out there laser focused like they were last week, because Louisiana Tech is coming in here motivated. They're going to come out swinging. Not saying the swing is going to really knock them out too much, but, we don't need to get caught. How them youngsters said, can't get caught lacking.
Trey Kukuk is the quarterback for Louisiana Tech. His first 2 years of college were in a community college in rural California. Last week, he played an FCS team in southeastern Louisiana. He has not seen anything like he's about to see in about 30 minutes. So I think LSU's defense is going to roll tonight. I think it's going to be tough for Louisiana Tech to score a point tonight. And I think the offense is going to be humming from start to finish. I love LSU huge tonight. I think this team has got something to it. I talked about it locally all week long. I don't want to overreact to one Clemson game, especially the way Clemson's playing tonight. But I felt like what I watched last night was something serious. And so I expect that to continue tonight. I don't see a hangover. I don't see a letdown. I see a focused team that's going to go out there and takes care of some business inside Tiger Stadium in about 32 minutes from right now. After this thing goes final, about 30 minutes after it goes final, you'll hear us on the Fighting Tiger post-game report breaking this thing down. We'll have some player reviews. We'll hear from Brian Kelly as well. So lock us in if you're leaving the game or just hanging out post-game after the Tigers get a W inside Tiger Stadium. We'll be with you for an hour on the post-game report. Looking forward to that. Appreciate everybody who came by today on this scorcher of a day to watch some football, hear us, and make your way inside Tiger Stadium. Very much appreciate Matt Borman, President and CEO of TAF, for stopping by. Thanks to Kyle Williams for a little bit of time, and certainly Matt Borman of the Rustin Leader. Appreciate him giving us a little bit of time. Came down from the press box to chat. It's been a fun 90 minutes. It always goes by really, really fast. The good news is when it's over, it's time to watch a little football, and it has officially become that time. It's our first Saturday night in Death Valley of the season, and we're ready for it. It's LSU. It's Louisiana Tech. Here come the Tigers.
This has been LSU Game Day. The time for talk is over. Here come the Tigers on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Half of the world's population depends on rice for 80% of their daily food needs. By 2050, population growth could increase rice demand by 30%. But as climate changes, rice output is decreasing. At LSU, we're using genetics, genomics, and AI to create new rice that yields more with less resources. We're not just feeding the hungry, we're growing a better future.
Hey Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club. Presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system.
from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state and beyond.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
Tiger fans, from border to border, coast to coast, and all the ships at sea, LSU Fighting Tiger football is on the air. Meeting for the 21st time on the gridiron. Both teams coming in 1-0.
There's a lot of respect for Sonny and the program that he had. From that perspective, I think there's, a great allegiance to the in-state schools. But on Saturday, we want to whip them, and they want to do the same.
Conference USA comes in to tangle with the SEC.
Hey, that's the next team in our way.
The Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech. The LSU Fighting Tigers.
Buckle up! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Tigers!
The sun will soon find its home in the western sky, and it will be Saturday night in Death Valley.
And the countdown to kickoff starts now. From inside legendary Tiger Stadium with the call of the game, here are former Tigers Jacob Hester, Gordy Rush, and the voice of your Fighting Tigers, Chris Blair.
After a stellar Week 1 performance on the road, tonight brings the home opener as the iconic Pantheon of Concrete and Steel opens its gates to welcome in the purple and gold faithful, flocking to come in and see the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs come down from Ruston to take on their third-ranked Fighting Tigers of LSU. Hello, everybody. This is Chris Blair, along with former Tigers Jacob Hester and Gordy Rush, our spotter Crafton Blair, Patrick Wright with stats, onsite engineers Brady Pfister, Stan Catron with our straw stirring the drink back in the Capital One studio. Brian Haldane set to bring you tonight's play-by-play story. Coach Brian Kelly and his Tigers not only picked up an impressive win to go 1-0 on the season against then number 4 Clemson by a final score of 17-10. They forced a complete 180 from the college football talking heads from coast to coast. That creates the challenge this week as LSU hosts Louisiana Tech out of Conference USA. Coach saying several times this week, can't believe all the naysayers last week, so we can't afford to listen to all their praise this week. Just like in the opener, the plan today for LSU is to go 1-0 in week number 2. Louisiana Tech and head coach Sonny Cumbie come in obviously with house money, although a solid shutout win at home last week against Southeastern Louisiana, 24-0, certainly gives them some confidence taking on the third-ranked team in the land on their home field. And they come down with dreams of shocking the college football world. So find your favorite chair, grab your favorite beverage. It's the 21st meeting between these two schools who first battled it out up in Ruston back in 1901. The Tigers lead the series 19 wins to just 1 loss, and they've won the last 16 meetings, including the 38-21 victory here back in 2018. It's Conference USA versus the SEC. It's Louisiana Tech. It's LSU. And it's coming up next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey Tiger fans, we're Dudley DeBosier.
And we're proud to be an official partner of LSU Athletics.
Cheering on the Tigers is a Louisiana tradition.
There's nothing better than a good tailgate with great friends, followed by a huge LSU victory.
Whether you're from Shreveport or Houma, New Orleans or Baton Rouge, come game day, we're all pulling for the purple and gold.
Demand different. Demand Dudley DeBosier, official partner of LSU Athletics. 444-4444.
Chad Dudley, Baton Rouge, LA 2112228.
Baton Rouge isn't just the capital of Louisiana, it's the capital of college football, the fans, the players, and of course, the food. When it comes to Saturdays in the fall, there's no place quite like Baton Rouge. And the fun extends beyond the tailgate with plenty to do off campus. Explore some of Baton Rouge's best sights, visit our incredible museums, and enjoy the sweet sounds of swamp blues. Born right here in Louisiana's capital city. Check out visitbatonrouge.com for more things to do on your next trip.
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
Something new is happening at Cox. Now the price of your Cox internet and mobile plan won't go up for 3 years, and Wi-Fi equipment is included. So no frustrating price changes, just a lot more of what you want, like a pizza with extra pineapple. Yikes. Okay, let's stick with something everyone wants. No price changes on your plan, guaranteed. Learn more at cox.com/value. Must have at least 500 megabits per second speeds and Cox Unlimited mobile taxes and fees excluded from price guarantee. Mobile data speeds reduced after 20 gigs usage per month.
Welcome back to the Kubota Countdown to Kickoff. Fighting Tiger football is coming up. Now, time to hear from the top Tiger, Brian Kelly. Presented by Capital One. Standing by with Coach. Here's former Tiger, Gordy Rush, on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
Down on the field with Coach Kelly. And, Coach, that was an amazing Tiger walk down Victory Hill. I wanted to ask you, with so many new players, both new recruits and guys transferring in from places like South Florida and Houston, this has just got to be a tremendous experience for them.
Yeah, it's exciting, and I think that this is where emotions really, you need to show some maturity. We love the walk. We embrace it. We take our headphones off because, we want to take in the fan base and how supportive they are. So the Tiger Walk really leads itself into, okay, now let's get into the right state of motion. Let's not be too high. Let's not be too low. So we can go out here and execute and play at the level we need to.
Coach, I wanted to highlight one of your groups, the offensive line. There are a lot of question marks about this group coming in with new starters and some new transfers in. 108 yards of rushing in that game. Gave up only 1 sack in 43 attempts. Really did a great job protecting Garrett Nussmeier. And then Braylon Moore is the SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week. Can't say enough good things about this group.
Yeah, I think Brad's done a great job. Brad Davis in bringing this group along. We've got a freshman at right tackle. Obviously the 2 transfers, Josh Thompson and Braylon Moore, play a big role. But Paul Mubanga and Colin Eccles have been great. DJ Chester is like our Swiss Army knife. He can play any position on the offensive line. And Tyree Adams has been consistent for us. So, this is a good group of linemen. They really enjoy the competitiveness that we have at that, entire group. And look, anytime you've got a quarterback like Garrett Nussmeier, there's an incentive to protect him because good things happen. So it's a well locked in group.
On the defensive side of the ball, let's stay down there in the trenches. And what I'm excited to see is when I think back to your first year, you took LSU to the SEC championship with basically 2 defensive tackles, playing the majority of the snaps. You've got quantity and quality in both defensive ends and tackles.
Yeah, I was asked about the run game and the consistency. It's the depth in the rotation that we can bring in 6 defensive linemen. We've got 5 defensive ends. So the depth of that front, and they're so interchangeable. All of them work well together. Jacoby and Guillory back is obviously huge for us. Don McKinley's maturing, coming into his really second season of playing some football. Bernard Gooden's been a great addition. His energy, his athleticism, his ability to penetrate and disrupt has been, outstanding. And Ahmad Bro is as consistent of players that we have. So when you have that kind of depth internally and then add all of the transfers that we did, Patrick Payton, we just have a lot of guys that can get after you. Jack Pyburn, those 2 guys, and I think the personalities they bring create an energy on that group that we had lacked.
Finally, tonight's opponent, Louisiana Tech, comes down here. Obviously, it's an in-state school. When you look at them, it's an air raid offense. Sonny Cumbie was a quarterback at Texas Tech. Tony Franklin, heck, he's done audiobooks on the air raid offense. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, and I think, there's a lot of similarities to, what we saw with this quarterback-centered offense in Clemson. This evolves around their quarterback. They're going to run the football, play action pass, try to control the clock. I think they want to keep us off the field. So, we ran into this last year. We didn't handle it very well. That was Nicholls State, where they controlled the football, ate up a lot of clock, limited our possessions. We got to go and attack them right away. And I think Blake feels like, what's most important is if they have a 5-minute drive, that's like scoring for them. We have to eliminate these long ball control possessions that teams that, like a La Tech are going to employ to have a chance to win the game. So it's getting them off the field and starting on first down with minimizing yardage is going to be the game plan.
Excellent. Coach, best of luck tonight in the home opener against Louisiana Tech.
Thanks, Gordy. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll take a timeout. Jacob Hester has your starting lineups next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans, we're Dudley DeBosier.
And we're proud to be an official partner of LSU Athletics.
Cheering on the Tigers is a Louisiana tradition.
There's nothing better than a good tailgate with great friends, followed by a huge LSU victory.
Whether you're from Shreveport or Houma, New Orleans or Baton Rouge, come game day, we're all pulling for the purple and gold.
Demand different. Demand Dudley DeBosier, official partner of LSU Athletics. 444-4444.
Chad Dudley, Baton Rouge, LA 2112228.
Baton Rouge isn't just the capital of Louisiana, it's the capital of college football, the fans, the players, and of course, the food. When it comes to Saturdays in the fall, there's no place quite like Baton Rouge. And the fun extends beyond the tailgate, with plenty to do off campus. Explore some of Baton Rouge's best sites, visit our incredible museums, and enjoy the sweet sounds of swamp blues. Born right here in Louisiana's capital city. Check out visitbatonrouge.com for more things to do on your next trip.
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
Something new is happening at Cox. Now the price of your Cox internet and mobile plan won't go up for 3 years, and Wi-Fi equipment is included. So no frustrating price changes, just a lot more of what you want, like a pizza with extra pineapple. Yikes. Okay, let's stick with something everyone wants. No price changes on your plan, guaranteed. Learn more at cox.com/value. Must have at least 500 megabits per second speeds and Cox Unlimited mobile. Taxes and fees excluded from price guarantee. Mobile data speeds reduced after 20 gigs usage per month.
Welcome back to the Kubota Countdown to Kickoff. Fighting Tiger football is coming up. Now, time to hear from the top Tiger, Brian Kelly. Presented by Capital One. Standing by with Coach. Here's former Tiger, Gordy Rush, on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
All right, and welcome back inside of Death Valley as your Fighting LSU Tigers get ready to take on the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech, and we will give you the starters for each side here. We'll start with the Louisiana Tech Bulldog defense. They are going to play a 3-3-5 defense, so something a little bit different than we've seen here in the past. But starting at defensive end for Louisiana Tech, number 94, Emmanuel Oguns. At the nose tackle position, number 96, Zion Nason. At the other defensive end position, it is going to be number 99, Jude Ruya. At the linebacker position, number 42, Sifa Liatu. At the Mike linebacker position, McKee Mason, wearing number 9 there for the Bulldogs.